This is lesson 139, metric unit of liquid measure. Liquids must be measured in a container. A pint and quart are examples of units of English measures. The basic unit of measurement in the metric system for capacity is the liter. A liter holds slightly more than a quart. A decaliter is 10 liters, a hectoliter is 100 liters, and a kiloliter is 1,000 liters. A deciliter is 0.1 liter, a centiliter is 0.01 liter, and a milliliter is 0.001 liter. Comparing metric capacity to English measures, a liter is a little more than a quart, a deciliter is less than half a cup, and a kiloliter is more than 264 gallons. Watch the video link, read the yellow box on your worksheet, and complete the worksheet. Greens and homework are optional. So let's look at the yellow box. The basic metric unit of liquid capacity is the liter. A liter is slightly larger than a quart. A kiloliter is slightly larger than 264 gallons. And you have your metric prefixes here: milliliter, centiliter, deciliter, decaliter, hectoliter, kiloliter. And then it says fill in the blanks with the metric prefixes. So we have milli means 1,000th. Deca means 10. Centi means 100th. Hecto means 100. Deci means 1/10. And kilo means 1,000. Circle the items which you think contain more than 1 liter and underline the items which you think contain less than 1 liter. So since a liter is slightly larger than a quart, a coffee cup, a juice glass, a tablespoon, and an eyedropper all contain less than 1 liter. Cross out the measurements which would not be an approximate answer or estimation of each question. There may be more than one correct answer to each question. How tall are you? So you could not be 25 centimeters because that's shorter than a foot, and you could not be 5 meters because that's 5 times 39 inches, but you could be 14 decimeters because that's 4.5 feet, and you could be 4 1/4 feet. How long is a new pencil? So a new pencil couldn't be 20 millimeters because that's only 2 centimeters, and it couldn't be 2 meters because that's 2 times 39 inches. But a new pencil could be 7.5 inches or 20 centimeters. How much do you weigh? So you couldn't weigh 50 grams because that's about the weight of 50 paper clips. You could weigh 50 kilograms because that's 110 pounds, and you could weigh 100 pounds, but you couldn't weigh 100 milligrams because that's only the 10th of a paperclip weight. And I crossed off D because it's green. Divide and check. Here's what you should have gotten for 4A. Here's what you should have gotten for 4B, and I crossed off 4C. Now look at 5. Follow the signs. Here's 5A, B, and C. Here is 5D, E, F. Now let's look at 6. Solve these story problems. Missionaries to Grenada, Reverend and Mrs. Ortwell are home on furlough. They drove 5,200 miles over the last 13 days, visiting, supporting churches and pastors. How many miles did they average each day? So you know they drove 5,200 miles total, and you want to know how many miles they drove each day of the 13 days. So you need to divide 13 into 5,200 because they drove for 13 days and they drove 5,200 miles altogether, and you just need to know how many miles they drove each day. So on average, they drove 400 miles each day. Drew's father bought 40 liters of gasoline at 68 cents per liter. how much did he pay? So you can add 68 cents 40 times, or you can multiply 40 times 68 cents. Remember your decimal. So they paid $27.20. Multiply and check. That's what you should have gotten for A and B. Oops, you didn't have to do C. That's green. And you don't have to do the homework.